Hi guys, it's Lester from the Transformation Station, lighting the way to a new you. Today I wanted to just talk about comparison. I have a lot of clients and some of my peers, some of my friends, and they often compare themselves to others. They're worried of going into social situations. They think they're going to be judged. They look at those around them and they think that they're doing so much better than they are. And they've got all this kind of comparison stuff going on. And I just wanted to sort of talk a little bit about that. I was just thinking, this very t-shirt I'm wearing, I went into a computer game shop and I saw this sort of Xbox thing, and it had this new racing game. And I thought, oh, that was quite fun, wouldn't mind having a go at that. And I thought, got all these, young kids there, and anyway, the guy says, actually there's a bit of a competition going on today. Whoever gets the fastest lap time is going to win a prize, and the fastest lap time today. And it was kind of nearing the end of the day, and I thought, well, there's no way that's going to be me, because these young guys, they play these things for 8 hours a day, So anyway, on they go, they do their thing, and I get to do my shot. And he says, well, just, you can have another go because everyone's having 2 goes, by which time I'd figured the controls out a little bit. And I thought, hey, the trick is when I'm going into these corners, rather than touching the brakes, I just let go of the accelerator. And then when I'm in the corner, I just hammer the accelerator out of there. And I went round there and all the way around, and the guy looked, completely astounded at the end, and he says, wow, you've got the highest lap time by far. You beat all these young guys. And I was thinking, oh, great. And he said, so here you go, you get this t-shirt, and you get an Xbox lanyard, and you get a nice mug, and it's one of these ones you put the hot water in, and you can see all the different games just appear magically. And I thought, how cool is that? And I was thinking, there I was sort of comparing myself to these young guys, but then I forgot that, I've got experience, I've driven cars, I've had sporty cars. I spent a whole load of my life in the amusements as a kid with, playing all these different computer games. And I was just thinking how wrong the comparison was. And I often get a lot of, female clients especially, and, they get scared of going into social situations, and I'm a hypnotherapist, so I can help them with that. But one of the things that I tell them is that, when you go into a social situation, what is it you're thinking about? Just let these guys know. Hi. Hello. So yeah, the cycle of life continues. Anyway, so I'm in these social situations, and I say to them, so you're in a social situation, what's going on in your mind? And they're saying, well, I'm just worried that they're going to judge me, they're going to say, oh, there's Mary, and she's separated from that guy, or she's not had her baby yet, or she's wearing that dress that she wore the last time she was at a wedding, or whatever it is. And they've got all this stuff going on, and what I'm actually saying to them is that, do you realise that when you're going into the place, a lot of the other people in there are saying things like, there she is, and she's going to ask me about my job, that job that I applied for that I didn't get. Oh no! And she's going to ask me, did I go out with that guy? Did I give him a phone like I said I was going to do? And she's going to judge me for not getting off my butt and doing things, and she might judge what I'm wearing and all this. So each one of them have got this thing going on in their head. So they're all thinking about their own story. They're not really thinking about what's going on with you. They're judging themselves. And in the unusual time where they do judge someone else, where they're actually saying something critical of them, people speak from their own biography. So I was a coach friend brought to my awareness that I was saying, sometimes you might feel this, or sometimes you might feel that. And she said, you? And I said, well, okay, well, sometimes I might feel this. And she said, yeah, well, take ownership of what you're saying. So sometimes people will speak and use terms like you, and what they're actually doing is they're actually speaking about themselves. So it's just to become really aware of that. You know, I remember being on the phone, and there was a family member, and they were needing to get a job, and you know, and this other family member was saying, really that person should get themselves sorted out, and they should make an effort, and I kind of found myself going along with this, and giving them a hard time. And then I thought, actually, at that moment in time, it was me that needed to find, a new job or a new purpose or whatever. And I actually said, you might want to give them a break, because, that's actually my story. It's not just their story. And I'm probably speaking about me and what I need to do and what I need to get sorted out. So it's just to become aware that when people are critical, a lot of time they're talking about their own stuff. They're talking about their own judgments about themselves. Or they're looking at you and thinking, this is how I judge myself. And parents quite often can do that with their kids. And sometimes it can mess them up a bit. So when I explain to people who are clients of mine that, is it possible that your mother or father were speaking about themselves, about their own concerns with themselves, and that they just wanted the best for you, and they didn't want you to go through some of the things that they did. And I'm like, well, yeah, that makes perfect sense. And then they're able to let it go. So it's just to be aware that, comparison can be an illusion. The neighbours across the road that have, 4 cars and they look like everything's going great, they could have a ton of debt, and you could have all your stuff paid off. So it's, you can't really measure things just on appearances, and so it's trying to step out of that thing of competition and comparison all the time, So yeah, so I hope that makes a bit of sense. I hope that makes you feel a little bit better about yourself. And so if you want to get in touch with me at any time, my website is transformation-station.com, and my name's Lester Snosky. So have a nice day, and greetings here from sunny Broxburn. Cheers.